Hey, what's up, everyone? This is going to be Allies vs Soviet in RA2, and this is going to be a really good game.
Construction complete.
So,
New construction options. Building.
I gotta scout the map, and in this map, there's a little bit of water in the middle, and there's like gems in different spots. So it's kind of like four corners, and then like stuff in the middle. When you move your MTV, you want to move to one of the other corners, or you can move to the middle even. And this is actually a bit of a Soviet map. It's difficult sometimes. I think that the upper left is probably the best position, I think. And notice how I'm gonna get in that building. And by the way, those monkeys do attack you sometimes. Like I actually played a game where I actually lost the game because the monkey distracted me. It was like ripping up my tanks. It was just like smashing the tanks. And then this guy like paradropped me and like blew up like one of my like war factories or something. And then I just couldn't recover. I was like, oh my god, those freaking monkeys. And it's like it wasn't this map. It was a different map. So you gotta watch out for those monkeys. They really are annoying in there. But it seems like in this map they don't do it that often. And those polar bears in Yuri's Revenge, they attack your tanks and they'll kill your dogs. Those polar bears in real life too. I mean in Yuri's Revenge. I got one tank. I want to maybe harass him with one tank. And I want to go to the two different gem patches at the same time. A miner from war, fast grizz. And I probably only get 2 shots on this before he reacts to it. And I don't want to stay around because that Rhino tank will beat my Grizz 1v1. Okay, see I'm kind of scouting and I see he has with his buildings filled up. I kind of want to not blow up the huts. Those are called huts, I guess. I want to not blow up the huts that nobody has because they're to my advantage because I'm USA. USA has power drops as a special, of course, and I try to fill this up really good. And I want to blow up the ones he has because when we get into a battle, I don't want his huts to be his conscripts inside the huts to be firing at my dogs, killing dogs, and damaging tanks and stuff. So I move my MCV to the bottom right. Now watch what happens right here. So I'm like, I don't think he'll see it there, but then he has it scouted. He actually, so I'm like, okay, bye bye, I'm going back. And if you actually change your mind like that, it actually thinks that it makes you think that you're losing the game. Like, oh my god, I just wanted to move my MCV, and then I couldn't. Oh my god, I must be losing the game. And but not really though. I mean, I stopped a situation from getting worse in a way. Think about it, psychologically. Situation could have been worse. Lost my MCV. Basically, I'm out of the game if I lose one MCV. So I'm using the head to defend, and he kind of doesn't wanna mess around. He thinks he would lose that tank fight. He probably would. Even though the hut's only helping a little bit. I got my one plane. Now I want to fire at a damaged grizzly tank or the desolator. Either one's good, but I actually would rather have that tank because I could just move away from that desolator kind of at this point. But eventually I want to kill the desolator next. But having one less tank is I mean, you really don't realize. You see like what I got 12, 13, 14, 20 tanks. I don't know, something like that. But killing one tank that's low health with a plane, that's a big deal. And if you play the game a lot, you'll realize that. Now I might have that war factory right there. Almost. Actually, sometimes when you're playing and you do multiple things, you forget about the power drops. Or you might have like a 1 second delay. And then just a second could be difference between getting and not getting a war factor, and right there I didn't get it. Now, if I could expand to these gems, and I could get 2 of my miners over there, then my economy will be pretty darn good. So I'm gonna send a split, and I always hotkey a 1 or hotkey something else. Usually my main army is a number 2. Now, since I send split, that's a good amount. That's about, I think there was 5 tank split. Since I do that, I kind of don't want to fight him because this isn't my complete army. I want to kind of use defenses. Now I gotta get my miner over there, and I noticed that my tanks are still going. You can't see them right now, but on the mini map, I gotta get 2 miners over there. Boom boom. Get them both on the gems. And I watched my grizzly tanks. I didn't even see it get it. It was waypointed. I had him controlled to automatically go and shoot that. And I could have got that next refinery. That one refinery up there isn't going to make a difference, so I would have got damaged by the desolator too much and not be worth it. Now I fill up these huts all the way. I'm even thinking about making an engineer to repair that one hut. Because it's such a big deal, it gives me time, it buys me time, it lets me control the center of the map. It's really a big deal.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
And my planes, I'm gonna have to make more planes pretty soon.
Construction complete.
And I'm not making Rocketeers because it's just pointless at this point. Because he has flag cannons, and I'm better off spending my money on planes and Rocketeers in this situation, I think.
Select target.
It's just like you can't like make one Rocketeer, some planes, some dogs, or like you gotta kind of like focus your army and your air force into like specific tasks. And now I see he's going to my MCV, and actually, I was actually more worried about that split, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't move my tanks right away. And then I was like, oh my god, he's got my MCV. Because I was like worried about a split. I was thinking, I don't want him to get my airport. Then as soon as his tanks got ahead of me, I was like, I'm not even going to be able to chase those Rhino tanks down. You kind of got to get in a spot where you kind of barricade them rather than... I mean, some people say the Grizzly tanks are the same speed as Rhino tanks, but they're really about the same exact speed, honestly. Not really much of a difference. And these Desolators, this is getting really difficult. And this is why Soviet's overpowered sometimes. He's gonna Deso closer and closer to my base, bring up the tanks, and then when he brings up the tanks, what he's going to do is move the tanks back and then Deso all my things, get me trapped in the corner. I don't want to let him do that. And look at, I got that hut filled up in the middle. Damage his tanks big time, and then deploy him when the thing blows up. So big time paradrop helping me. And this is how you're supposed to fully utilize your weapons. You're not supposed to say, why are you using the paradrops? It's kind of lame. No, if I was Korea, I'd be using Korea. If I was France, I'd be probably using the cannons. Go right in the middle, put the cannon right in his face. I mean, you got to use your weapons that you got, or you're gonna lose the Soviets. Soviets really, really tough to beat. It's really intense and it's really difficult. Even if the player's not as good as you, sometimes they could beat you. No, I don't want to go all in on him at this point, but I will fight him. If he goes to the middle, I will fight him, but I don't want to go all in and just like try to bulldoze him. And see the monkey is attacking my my GIs right there. You see what I mean? It actually killed some of my GIs. That's not good. And I actually killed the monkey. They're kind of like brutes. They're kind of like rioters. They just attack stuff for no reason. And look at this, these Desolators, he's trying to get his Desolators up. And notice how I'm not Soviet. If I was Soviet right now, I'd have a drone, and my drone would be killing like 4 or 5 of those in one shot, or at least 3 of them. But, so I gotta use planes instead. And Rocketeers would not work. They would not even get 1 kill. Because, the flag trucks would be there because you gotta hit them like about a few times with the Rocketeers. And if he puts his miners on the center gems, that's actually really, really good strategy by him. But I don't know where his miners are going. I think they're going to a different money. I think they like kind of automatically went there, which is kind of strange. But if he took all his gems right there, that'd be actually really good strategy by him. But he's not doing it for some odd reason. So I'm making those Rocketeers because I want to catch him like with his flak trucks away from the rest of his army. Even though I said I wasn't gonna do that. Okay, he's just gonna go into a big fight right now, so it's gonna get pretty intense right now. So yeah, so the pace is getting pretty quick right now. It's getting difficult. Any mistake could lose me the game. And send some allies, I gotta be more careful than he is. He could make a mistake. The Soviet could make mistakes more than the allies can. And the reason is because I don't have a lab. I'm using my pre-lab technology versus his pre-lab technology. And I want to save these elites. I really want to somehow save these elites. Like that refinery helped. It helped a little bit right there, but eventually, if I get all the refineries, that's a big deal. He doesn't have no MCV, remember, so he can't get any more war factories. But he does have control of the center right now. And I'm kind of scared to. I don't want to get all my planes shot down, so I want to shoot into place where there's flag trucks or not. You gotta kind of take a chance. Like some of the planes are eventually gonna get shot down at some point, but you gotta take a chance. Like you're gonna lose some planes. And I didn't do what I wanted to do right there. I wanted to put the the dog, I mean the tank in front of the dog had the dog kill a Desolate, so it didn't work. I kind of was like doing so many things that it was like kind of hard to do. And he's making a lot of Desolators, so if I keep shooting him, he's losing money. And his army is, his Rhinos are much, I mean, you gotta remember that Rhinos are a lot stronger than, uh-oh. Almost got Desolated big there. And no, the good news is that I'm still got a healthy gem patch right now, so I'm in the game for a few more minutes. I want to bring this elite GIs back and try to kill a power plant or something.
Insufficient funds.
And I want to kind of engineer him. I was kind of getting desperate at this point. I'm running out of money. I do have a gem patch, but he's getting stronger than me. If he takes the center gems, he's gonna win a game. So I'm gonna try to engie him, because it's basically it's do or die at this point.
Reinforcements ready. Select target.
Yes, sir.
And I actually screwed it up because I like there was like a tree there. I don't know. I was like, shit, I should have never done that. And now he got all my dogs right there. See, I'm getting desperate. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to go at it. When pretty soon it's gonna be a grand finale. Like I'm gonna go all out on him. And shit, I lost my freaking. I'm trying to. I really want to get his desolation. Now I gotta bring in my miners for defense, kind of. Because he's coming at me. He's not gonna beg. If I let him beg me into the corner and desolate me, it's over. So it's getting real scary right now. He can move his tanks back at any point, and I can't. Or you could just kill my whole entire army. So what I need right now is Rocketeers. So I have no choice to fight. I'm backed in the corner. So and the Rhinos are stronger than the Grizzly tanks. They got no Mirage tanks. So here it goes. Oh, I actually got I got 2 Desolates with my dog. I didn't even see that until right now.
Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Cancel.
Okay, and then I realized, wow, I just won that fucking tank fight. I can't believe it. So now what I gotta do is I gotta stop the 3 Grizzly tanks. I mean, just 3 Rhino tanks. Get them out of my base. I notice all my tanks are in the red almost. And what that means is he could kill all my tanks. He could kill like 10 tanks with the Desolators right now. I'm not even kidding you. So I want to send just enough tanks to stop the 3 Rhino tanks could blow up all my buildings, by the way. There's nothing there defending them. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. Yeah, and I could beat them. So basically, it looks like I won the game. Now all I gotta do is stop the base trade. If he does, the only way I could lose the game at this point is either base trade, because he's still. I'm not sure how much money he has. I know he has something, because he's still mining. And I gotta say my elite Grizzly tank will almost guarantee me to win. They give me like a 99% chance of winning or something. So I gotta make sure he doesn't desolate me. He does have a desolate. He could kill like 10, 15 tanks. He won't be able to kill my elite, but my elite can be droned. So all I gotta do is basically get all my tanks. Make sure no base trade, no crazy desolator. Now I'm putting this Racketeer. I know I'm starting to talk fast because a lot's happening. Over the water. I don't see any air defense, but I'm just put it over the water just in case, because sometimes there's air defense and you don't see it. Air defense is hidden, and I want to make sure Now here's something really important. Always target the Rhino tanks and not the miners, because the Rhino tanks do much more damage than the miners. And in that situation, if I would have fought all the miners, I could lose the game. But he didn't have enough. Even if I did the wrong decision, I would have probably still won in that situation. But there's tons of miners and tons of Rhinos. Always fight at the Rhinos first, or you're gonna lose. Good game.
You are victorious.